No tiene las palabras. We need the palabra. We need the words. We need the words. Cántala, Jose, cántala. Welcome, welcome, guys, to Keto Cooking with Love.
Welcome.
Season
4, episode 1.
Episode 1, season 4.
Happy Friday.
And it's the fall season.
We are beyond excited to be back with you. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, the whole internet sphere.
Go and share.
And we have a live studio audience. Let me hear some noise.
Go and share the love and the joy, because it's all about family, fun, gatherings, especially during this time of the season, right?
Yeah.
Where everybody's gathering, family and friends.
So, guys, we're super excited to be back here with you. It's been a long time since our last season. So much has happened in the last year. We're so excited to be back. I want to dedicate this season to my mom, who we lost last year. I know she's watching down on us, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And we just want to say to you guys, it's been a while, but our mission, our passion is just to educate everyone, as we age gracefully. We get to that age where people start to be afflicted by certain diseases. We have an epidemic of metabolic syndrome in this country. It's the top 3 killers of metabolic syndrome, heart disease, and diabetes, which I used to have. I used to be pre-diabetic. A lot of the people that we work, that we coach with, that follow our content and been supporting us have also faced some of these challenges, and we're gonna do this together.
Yes.
But our mission specifically, and we're excited to be back in the fall, is to bring you guys a lot of value and just help you enjoy the foods that you love, live healthy, so you guys can create memories with your loved ones. So
you're gonna eat healthy so you can enjoy. That's right.
So now, guys, we have something that we're gonna serve to our live studio audience, because I'm sure they showed up hungry, right?
So if we're teasing you guys, we do apologize.
Yeah. So really quick, this is gonna be one of our fall appetizers that we highly recommend. We'll have a reel for this very soon.
It just
Is it all right? It's okay. Yes. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's the beauty of being live. But we're not making this live. We're just gonna show you. Maybe some of you have had maple glazed candied bacon. Well, you know that pork is my favorite vegetable.
That is true.
So we took this to a whole other level. And when Baby in Love and I are together, there's one thing that we love to eat. We never get tired of. What is it, Baby Love?
Bacon. What?
Pork belly.
Pork belly. Well, yeah, bacon, pork belly.
They're cousins, right? One is smoked, but I think pork belly is just divine. Everyone doesn't partake in bacon. I do. And so we just elevated a traditional appetizer so you can really blow it out the water for this holiday season. And so we're going to upload this as a reel. We're going to upload this recipe, so don't worry about it. But we slow cook this. Well, not really.
Do you want me to?
High? Yeah. Go ahead, my love.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
As you talk.
All right.
You engage.
You can get one of these on Amazon.
I don't know.
And so I got
thick
it, baby.
Bacon
I got
here.
it. Yeah.
That's some pretty
it's thicker than a Snicker.
Thick bacon there, love. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
So we're going to serve this to our guests so that they are not just salivating and watching us cook.
As you can see.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah, there you go.
And we're going to start off on our last season. We didn't do any cocktails, but this season, inspired by the fall, and we get a lot of requests. People want to know how they can enjoy, cocktails during the season and maybe make them a little bit healthier. So we're going to share a couple of cocktails. One of them, both of them are inspired by an amazing event that we just had. And they were crowd pleasers. There you go. You just don't want to go in someone's mouth. That's what it is. But you don't have a choice, right?
There you go.
All right, so guys, imagine when your friends and family show up and they have this to look at, right? Look, it's lathered in maple. Well, actually, we're using the Lancanto. Yes, go ahead. You go ahead and grab this and feed everybody, guys. Grab some napkins. I am going to.
Help yourself.
This is a little hot, but it's okay.
We're back.
Here you go.
Thank you. Delicious. And for our studio audience, our
Guys,
Facebook
you're free to scream,
audience,
shout, talk anytime.
It's tangy and it's got a little bit of hint of jalapeno, spiciness.
Jalapeno maple. But we
Delicious.
use a Lancanto maple syrup, but it's jalapeno maple glazed pork belly.
Delicious.
What do you guys think?
I just want to say hello to our guests
Everyone's mouth
online.
is full. They can't answer. Pammy.
My girl Pammy is watching. She always does faithfully. Our loyal Pammy there. Much kisses, much love. So yeah, we're excited to bring you one of my comfort dishes, and we're gonna give it a little twist to keep it on the healthier side. And also, please stay tuned because we have a special announcement.
Big announcement
that we're gonna share with you
Major
guys.
announcement.
Pretty major for us, yes. Jose's been working really hard on this, and I can't wait to see it come as a whole.
We're really, really excited. We have something really big coming up that we're gonna announce shortly.
One thing about pork belly is always getting stuck in my teeth. You know?
We'll work that out. You thirsty, my love?
I am. Actually,
great.
speaking of thirst, yes.
So my baby love here, along with one of my very best friends and colleagues and sisters in Christ, both love a dirty martini.
I do.
And so this drink is inspired by these lovely ladies, and it is a sage-infused dirty martini. So can you get some ice in here, my love, from my mixing glass, as well as here. And then for myself, you know me, my spirit of choice when I do drink is agave spirits, tequila, mezcal. So I made a fall-inspired margarita. It is a cardamom, I gotta say this slow, cardamom poached pear margarita. We poached our own pears, we turned that into a puree. We made a cardamom syrup using some keto-friendly sweeteners. And we're using an añejo tequila right here. And it's gonna be amazing. A little bit of lime juice,
baby. How much do we need?
Like this, that's good.
That's perfect.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you, like you. And if I was what I needed, where would I be? Of course not, because I'm just a man.
So you guys that are online that have been following us, you know how it is on these live cooking shows.
It's the beauty of
never
being...
perfect. It's a lot of excitement, a lot going on, also behind the scenes and in front.
Yes.
It's just like being in your kitchen, right? You know?
Quite literally, especially when you have guests.
You could have everything gathered, everything done, and something you misplaced.
And the special thing about the guests that we have here today is that they're like family, right? So when they walk in, you put them to work, okay? Did you guys enjoy the pork belly? All right,
You just
awesome.
handed me that big bucket in front of
And
you
by the
guys.
way, throughout the show, you guys have questions. You and the audience at home, please engage any questions at all about health, about food, about absolutely anything at all. We're here to serve you guys.
And we love it if you share it. So
Yes.
yeah, even more too.
So I have here some vodka, which we infuse with sage. Tell me when.
Oh yeah, when?
Yeah.
Of course.
And there's recipes for this, of course, but when you're doing it with
I know
love.
everyone knows me as like I love a good glass of wine, but I also love a good vodka.
And we're gonna make this extra dirty.
The only thing about a dirty martini, which I kind of like weaned off of, but this I like it because the sage kind of helps the vodka, and the saltiness of the olive juice, is because I swell up after a dirty martini. So lately I had to kind of like.
I don't mind.
Yeah, well, no, I do, because then, you know, I feel it in my eyes, I feel it in my eyeballs, and my fingers, and my feet, my toes.
I don't mind.
So I cannot do a dirty martini like I used to.
So tonight is special.
Tonight is special. I don't know if that happens
Is that
to
20
the
revolutions,
studio
baby love?
audience over there, I guess. You guys, you know, when you have a dirty martini, your body starts doing crazy things.
Does that happen to anyone? The sodium and olives, does that make you swell up,
It
ladies?
doesn't, Katie?
Yeah?
Yeah, for me. Immediately. Like,
So because we're mammals, we need salt. But since God designed us perfectly, your body will tell you how much you need. What's my name? What's my name? All right, amazing. Now.
I got to slow down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some ice for me, baby love?
Yes,
Thank
of course. Well, okay.
Right, and in the glass after. Thank you. So for my libation, we have here some añejo tequila. Tell me one, baby. Thank you. And we have a little bit of our poached pear puree. You know, if you're doing a lot for the holiday season and you're entertaining and you're like, I don't have time to poach pears, buy some canned pears, puree them. They'll work just fine. Okay.
Improvise.
Of course, they're gonna have more sugar.
There you go.
Right.
You improvise. That's true.
So let me give you
That's true.
some olives, baby love. Now we have our cardamom syrup. Again, we use a keto-friendly sweetener, 1-to-1 sweetener water, some cardamom pods, and we just brought that to a boil and infused it. Let the cardamom pods steep for a little while.
Water. And, I have to drink a lot of water. Pammy asks, what do I do? She understands, right? Yeah, water. That's
Lime
lack of
juice.
water too, because when you're drinking, you're not drinking water. You're drinking alcohol. So, that's what I do. But now, since I don't drink it that much, I weaned off of it. But water would be my solution to that. It would take a little bit of time, but water would solve it. Shake it, Monena. Shake it. Shake it, Monena. What?
Let's go. Don't act up in front of guests. It's like an 8-year-old. If you know, you
Love
know.
it.
All right. So
if you guys have tips on how to relieve swelling after you have
sure.
Saltiness, even in food, I get that as well when I eat salty foods. I might think it's not salty, and the next day I wake up and like, that might have had a lot.
Now
of
you
sodium.
can garnish this however you like. If you like a salt rim, you can do a salt rim. You can do a cardamom sugar rim, or use a keto-friendly
You can be
sweetener.
creative, yeah.
You can do it however you like.
Oh, you can put that jalapeno.
You could do brulee pears.
Yes. Mwah. Love you. Thank you. Cheers to everyone, our audience,
Salud.
our members.
Cheers. How rude of us.
Salud.
All right, that's woo. I'll taste yours if you taste mine.
Yes, I will taste the pear. Oh, that's good. Oh, this is good.
I'm not an olive guy.
Did you guys try this yesterday? This drink?
No, you will today. I promise.
This is delicious.
I'm not an olive guy. I don't like a dirty martini. I do like a martini. Don't like a dirty martini. And I actually invented that
I might
drink.
just take this one. This was good.
That's the beauty.
Did you try this one yesterday, Katie?
Did you try it? We're gonna make you one. You like the sage martini?
You like that one? Okay.
Well, it's named after you.
Yes.
Sage and Savvy.
Sage and Savvy.
All right, so cheers, guys.
Right,
We're about to get started.
Yes.
Who do we have? We have Pammy with us. Listen, guys, let us know where you're joining us from. If you're live, if you're seeing this on replay. And we have a major announcement coming up. But first, let me tell you what we're making today. It's actually in the description. We're making an eggplant pastelón. Okay?
Yes.
So if you don't know, it's a Dominican.
It's a Spanish.
Puerto Rican version.
Right? Version of like a lasagna.
Yes. Dominican Puerto Rican food is, the lines are so blurred that we just war about who actually invented it, right? Probably neither of us. But
Correct.
So it's a Dominican Puerto Rican version of a lasagna, and it's usually made with plantains.
Sweet plantains,
which are delicious. So it's like if a shepherd's pie and a lasagna had a baby. Yeah. Right. You can do as many layers as you want. You can make it refined and make the layers thin. Right. You can make it rustic. It's all about the flavors. It's a casserole. It's a one pot dish. So everything just melts together like a family. Yes. And so with that, we're going to use eggplant. Yes. And I'm particularly excited about this because I'm not an eggplant person. We go to this Greek place in Manayunk in Philly called Zesties. Zesties. And they have this, what is it, moussaka. If you're out there watching. Yeah, if you're in Philly, come to Zesties in Manayunk. The chef is super friendly, comes out, greets everyone. The food is fresh and amazing. But they make this moussaka, right, which is like layered zucchini and eggplant. You can have it with or without meat. And so the first time that Baby Love ordered it, I tried it, and now when we go, we each have to get one. She's like, "Don't you want something else?" I'm like, "No, because you don't want to share." No, right? He wants to eat mine. So then we get the same thing, but it's so worth it. And so and when I tested this for I almost let it out the bag. Okay, well, let's just say that we're very excited to taste this dish. So, cheers to you at home. Cheers to you guys here. So are they. Cheers to you, my love.
All right, let's get this. I might need a little straw.
All right. So with that being said, we're making this eggplant pastelón. Like I said, it's like a lasagna. So we're going to start with the eggplant. Now I have here
By the way, I just gotta mention something because my kids always ask for this, and I've never made it. I never made the Spanish version of it. They always ask for the pastelón. It is for me a little time consuming, but they've always asked for that, and I never made it. So now my oldest daughter, that's she's probably gonna be like, "Well, Mom, now you gotta come over and make this for me."
Well, I'm glad that you pointed out. This can be, well, especially when you're making it with sweet plantains, because they're a little bit more cumbersome to cut, to fry, to get the symmetry and all of that. So yes, but this is not so hard and it's healthier, right? For the holidays. This dish is good for any time. We're using Dominican eggplant. You can use whatever kind of eggplant you like. But this is super simple, right? And in terms of time consuming, especially as we plan for the holidays or when you're having guests over, this is a perfect dish because you can prep it in advance. Similar to lasagna, you can prep it the day before,
correct?
Right? You can put it in the refrigerator, and then before your guests arrive, 45 minutes, an hour before, pop it in the oven, and they're gonna think like you're Martha Stewart.
It's a nice potluck dish too.
All right,
very nice potluck.
So we have some eggplant here. We're gonna trim the ends off, and trust me.
I hope you guys like eggplant.
There's a garbage there. Trust me, you can't see it.
We all like eggplants here, right? Okay. Yes, Tammy, I can't wait. If you make it, send us a picture. Tell us what you think. Share it.
Please, guys, I want you to. And the recipe, we're going to talk about the recipe being up very soon. It's not up on the description right now as we're live, but the recipe will be up very soon. But as always, guys, make this, tag us, let us know what you thought. I have a feeling this is going to be a crowd pleaser. So is there a particular way that you need to cut the eggplant, like the best way? The best way is to hire me, and I will cut your eggplant. No, that's a great question. So as you saw, we trimmed the ends off, and that does two things. Number one, it's like the least edible part, but it also gives us a flat bottom. Yeah, you know nothing about that.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be a funny. The thing about the eggplant and lasagna, because lasagna are really thin.
Yeah, so the lasagna sheets, they come uniform, they come thin, but the pastelón, when you do the plantains, they come a little bit, thicker.
Correct.
So yeah, you want to get this maybe like 1/3 of an inch to 1/2 inch thick, and you want to kind of get them uniform. You can also do it on a mandolin, right? If you just want to make it.
But be careful using that mandolin.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep your fingers up.
Yeah.
But again, there's a rusticity to this dish, right? Even though it's super we're going to make it a little bit refined and elegant. But it's a comfort dish, right? And so
do we need to pat these dry? Anything?
Great
Season
question.
It before?
Now, generally, oftentimes when you're roasting eggplant and you want that eggplant to, let's say, be a little bit crispier, then yes, you would get this out in the sheet pan in advance, put salt on it, and then let it sit for like 15-20 minutes. What salt does to food, which by the way, right, because you're here to learn how to cook also, we don't pre-salt meat. Right? Because then it draws out moisture, right? Unless you want to dry your meat and concentrate the flavor. But generally, we don't pre-salt meat. So salt draws out moisture. So with our eggplant here, you can, if you want a crispier texture, you can go for pre-salting your eggplant, 15-20 minutes, and then you pat it dry, and then you roast it off, okay? But for this case, we're just gonna go straight, get a bunch of extra virgin olive oil, on our sheet pan, eggplants and mushrooms. I think that they're cousins because they suck up a lot of oil. So if you think that is too much, that lets you know it's not enough.
They absorb.
Yeah, it's a better way of putting it. Thank you, my love. That's why God looked at me and said, "It's not good for you to be alone, Jose." That's a great question. So all salt comes from salt beds, right?
So
if
someone didn't hear that, we just had someone from the audience ask, what's the best
salt?
Salt that we use.
Thank you, baby love. Yeah, so all salt comes from the sea, right? Even salt that comes from a salt mine a long time ago, it was a seabed. However, salt, like a lot of foods, is processed and manipulated. So as anything, you always want to read your ingredient list. It doesn't matter what it says in the front, okay? So you want your salt to only have one ingredient, which is salt, right? You don't want to have any potassium, calcium, whatever, right? It's not necessary. So in America, table salt is very popular, but table salt's not really good for you. So we generally use kosher salt, right? If anything says sea salt, coarse, fine, like that's a personal preference. But kosher salt is my number one salt for cooking, right? And then you have other salts like finishing salts, like Maldon salts, which are like big, large crystals. And those like are really good to like finish a steak or a roast because they just like melt into the meat. You're welcome. Thank you for your
Good question. Yes, because everyone asks that.
Yeah.
Everyone's confused about what salt. They see that blue thing of salt and they grab that. But
now, if I was salt, where would I be?
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
So we have some kosher, some coarse kosher salt here. And so we're just going to season this up liberally. Okay. And then we also have Z pepper. Okay. Now, this is going to go into the oven for 400 degrees. We have it on convection. So depends on your oven. It could take 15, 20, 25 minutes. When we tested it here, it took us about 8, 9, 10 minutes. But I would generally set a timer for like 8 minutes and then check on it.
Yeah, and don't open the oven because it stops the cooking time, right? Doesn't it kind of like stops
you have to open the oven, but I mean, when you're baking, you don't want to open an oven because you lose pressure.
Okay.
But here, you want to open it just to make sure that you don't burn it and overcook it.
Right. So set a timer.
Yes. Trust me, even I have to set a timer every time. We were doing pre-production before. She's like, "Babe, your timer's going off," and I'm like, "What's that for?"
Right.
But luckily, nothing burned. Okay, so now we're gonna start making our filling, right? Which is going to be
easy, right? That was
super
simple.
easy.
Yeah.
And the thing about this, like again, in terms of prep, whenever you're cooking, you want to think about what needs to be done first.
Right.
If you're not sure what to do, go to my best friend, ChatGPT, and he'll give you a plan on what to do first, right? Because we're living in a whole new world. But you want to think about the things that can be done first.
May I have another
if
of
you
your
insist,
pear
young lady. You want to think about the things that can be done ahead so that you kind of minimize the time in the kitchen. Sometimes we start making something and then you're like, oh, I should have done this first, right? So a little bit of pre-planning goes a long way. So while this is roasting, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start making our fillet. So let me get my pan on. Okay, I'm going to get my pan on.
All right, so if you need anything, just let me know and I can just bring it to you.
Yes,
that will
baby
kind of
love.
like...
Yes, baby love.
Yeah.
So our picadillo filling, all right, is going to have ground beef. We're using some shallots. Again, you can use whatever type of onions you like. Generally, I would recommend a Spanish onion, a Vidalia, a white. You can use red. We're going to use a shallot today. I love shallots. It's one of those chef's secrets where it has like a balance between like a mild onion flavor. So if someone is not like an onion lover, this is something that it strikes a sweet spot. So our aromatics are going to be shallot. Amazing, baby love. If I was a bell pepper, where would I be?
Maybe in the refrigerator. Oh, there it is, right there.
There you go. Okay.
Right in front of you.
There you go. If it was a dog, it would have bit me. So we have bell pepper. We have some garlic. These are going to be our aromatics, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and since I got my fire on and start browning the meat. So again, thinking ahead, you can brown your meat while you cut up your veggies, okay? But what I would recommend is getting all your ingredients out before you start, right? So you know you have everything. And then we're going to start.
Because that's where mostly all the time is going to take is in chopping and grating and getting all that gathered. So get that out the way.
All right. So we don't have a brand deal, so I'm not going to show your face. But maybe that's coming, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put the ground beef in here. And as that starts to sear and bubble up, we'll go ahead and break it down and chop it. Thank you, my love. So we have our aromatics here. I'm going to cut it up. We've got some shallot. And let's see. Oh, nice. I have to try that. Leaford said he would love that with plantain. Yeah, I know, Leaford. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, no, this obviously is amazing with plantain. And listen, by the way, there's a lot of keto influencers who like to bash carbs. We don't bash any food, right? The thing is, it's about if you have a focus on perhaps improving your health, right? That's when you want to mitigate carbs and reduce them, right? For some people, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your age, depending on your activity level, right? We don't recommend to any of our clients that we work with to omit carbs, completely. We just kind of like treat it like alcohol, right? Meaning, if you drank alcohol for breakfast, if you drank alcohol for lunch, and you drank alcohol for dinner, you wouldn't be surprised if you had health issues, right? Carbs are kind of the same, right? So we just encourage people, number one, breakfast, right? When you have your first meal of the day and you're breaking your fast at whatever time that is, right? We encourage the people that we work with to in the early part of the day, you want to focus on proteins and healthy fats, right? And then the reason for that is that this is going to stabilize your blood sugar levels throughout the day. So if anyone has dealt with that 2:30 crash, right, where like you need a 5-hour energy or you need to, a Starbucks run, you might have started your day with Dunkin', right? And so we spike our blood sugar with our first meal with hash browns, donuts, frappa matcha whatever.
Yes.
Right? And then we spike our blood sugars, which destabilizes your blood sugars for the entire day. So without a doubt, at some point, you're going to crash.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we recommend to people, hey, we're not saying don't have carbs. We're saying, minimize them, right? Particularly in the interest of optimizing your health. But if you are going to have them, we recommend having them later in the day, okay? And then the other beautiful thing about being aware about what you're eating and living healthy is that then it allows you to be with friends and family. And if you want to have a chocolate cake, if you want to have your plantains, leaford, you can do that, right? It's not about omission, it's about moderation.
Correct. Everything is moderation.
Amazing.
Especially this drink right here, because
You
I
like?
take my time with it. You mentioned something about the onions. You mentioned 2 onions, the Spanish onion and
Vidalia, which is grown here in America.
Okay, so what's the difference? Why would you say,
It's just where they're grown. So they have a mild, sweet flavor. So it's traditional, is what we use in Latino cooking.
Okay.
And then also, they're easy to find, they're affordable, and they probably would best complement this dish. But any onion will work. If all you have at home is green onions, by all means use it. Okay. Yeah. They're all going to add the same.
But I know the Spanish onion has a nice flavor. It gives it
correct.
A nice
it's mild, it's sweet.
Sweetness, yes.
So that's why, but again, whatever type of onion you like. So we're going to get our aromatics here. Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah. I mean, they sell these now pre-cut.
Oh, yeah. Again, that's a great thing. When you're entertained in the interest of time, you can buy your onions, your peppers, oftentimes in the grocery section, will come already pre-cut. So
at a price, but yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? What's more valuable than money? It's time.
Time. That's right.
Because you can't get the time back. And the Bible says, buy back the time because the days are evil, right? Life be life, and like the kids say.
Life be life.
So absolutely, anything that saves you time so that you can spend more time enjoying with your friends and family and less time slaving in the kitchen, or you can hire us. Okay.
Keto Cooking with Love.
Yeah, we do events all over the United States. So send us a message.
Yes. And
we'll see what we can do. Okay. Now, so we've got our aromatics here: our shallot garlic, sweet bell pepper.
Anything you need help with?
Yeah. Now I like here. I don't recommend, in case you're wondering and you don't want to ask out loud, I don't necessarily recommend green bell pepper. It has a more vegetal flavor. I like the sweetness of the bell pepper, but my good friend and little sister Manu does not like red bell peppers, right? So I was making this for her. I would use green bell pepper. So again, there are no rules. Everything is negotiable. Okay. We also have some olives here, which are stuffed with pimentos. So we're gonna give this a rough chop. You can do this in a little food chopper, food processor, especially if you're making a big batch. Because if you're making this for the holidays, the one thing I would tell you is don't make one. Okay? And if you're cooking for Latino people, the recipe is always to make 10x. Right? If you have 10 people coming, you cook for 100. Okay? That's how Latinos do. All right, now.
I know when I used to cook for the kids, I mean, it was just us, and I would make a big pot of rice, and it was like, well, Mom, you cook for like the whole neighborhood.
So my favorite.
It's just a habit. It's just a habit. That's the way we cook.
My favorite thing is when we're doing an event, and I'm cooking, and she'll say to me like 100 times, "Babe, is that gonna be enough food? Babe, is that gonna be enough food? Babe, is that gonna be enough?" And I don't think there's gonna be enough food. All right, don't say I didn't tell you. And then we do the party. There's enough food. She's like, "Yeah, he has this system. I don't know, but he just knows how much food is enough food, right?" So, because
so true. I go to the supermarket shop. I don't know what I'm getting. He knows the unit, the quantity he needs. I just grab it by bags, and he just one little pepper. All of a sudden, it just grew, right? Like, yeah.
Another chef tip for when you're shopping, always, especially in the holiday season, when you have a lot to do, don't go shopping without a list. Okay? You'll come up with a lot more stuff than you need. That's number one. I think you know
Which
that.
I'm guilty of.
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
Yeah. But don't go shopping without a list. It saves you a lot of time. And people are going to come up to you and say, do you work here? Because they see you checking things off. Be prepared for that as well. Okay? So we have our meat here, which is brown. You can see that on the YouTube sphere and Facebook. Let us know where you're watching from. If you saw this live or the replay. But we have the meat brown. And now that the meat is brown, we're going to go ahead and add our aromatics. Okay? And we always want to season in stages. So
I mean, you're gonna love this drink, and we'll share the details.
Oh yeah.
Later on.
Yeah. If you want the recipe for the autumn pear, comment below.
Yeah.
Cash App us $1,000.
Comment below. Press that like, comment. What else is on Facebook now? Did they have new emojis? Did they update on Facebook and put new emojis or something? I don't know. But anyway.
All right. So this is actually going to come together very quickly. So we added our aromatics, and now we're going to add a few more things. So
maybe
here
on
we
YouTube, like and share.
Here we have, and since this dish and this season is an homage to my mama, I did not invite my baby love to make this recaito with me because I made my mom's authentic recipe. However, my master sous chef did cut and de-seed all of the ají dulce, right? Because you know what a sous chef is, right? Someone who does the work while the chef gets the credit.
Yeah.
So this is my mom's signature recipe.
All the hard work.
Yeah.
Operative word.
This is my mom's signature recaito. If you don't know what recaito is, it's a Dominican, Puerto Rican, mostly and Cuban kind of marinade that we use for seasoning. It's the base of most of our dishes, of our rice, of our soups, of our stews. It's what we use to marinate, my favorite vegetable, pork. So if you ever had Dominican or Puerto Rican or Cuban pernil, this is what they use to marinate it with, right?
It with, yeah.
And it's a blend of
nice
cilantro,
paste,
culantro, which if you never had culantro, it is a flat leaf cilantro. Yeah. It has a nice pungent flavor, which is they go together, right? It has garlic. It has
onion.
Well, it's mom's recipe.
See, this is the thing. You call it recaito, and we call it sofrito.
So tomato, right? Now so traditionally, sofrito is traditionally tomato based, okay? But sofrito is both a noun and a verb. Sofrito is a combination of ingredients: onions, peppers, garlics, herbs, right? But it's also the process of making like a little base of a sauce. Okay, so it's a noun and a verb, like love. But here we have the two kinds of cilantro: onion, garlic, and the ají dulce, which is a Dominican little sweet pepper. Looks like a habanero, so you're in the aisle, you have to be careful.
Yes, be careful because some of them are
they look alike.
They look alike,
and they are polar opposites on the tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't want that for you, at least not by surprise. Okay.
So talk more about
So now what my mom would do, my baby love was saying that a lot of people, especially Puerto Ricans and many Dominicans too, they add the onions and peppers. But this is a MasterChef tip from my mom. She did not add onions and peppers because what she said to me is that over time the flavors would dilute, right? It will water it down. So what she always made this super concentrated, and then she would just use onions and peppers when she was cooking, which is why she was the best cook in the family. So she would add it
afterwards. She would just add it afterwards.
The best chef I ever met in my entire life. So we're gonna add a little bit of
we love you. So let me ask you this: do you add oil in yours?
I do. Mom didn't add that much oil. She added a little bit of oil and more vinegar. I add a little bit more oil than she did. And but yes, you add a little bit of vinegar.
Yeah, so see, there's a little bit of
difference. Again, we didn't add salt to it, okay, because we don't want to draw moisture. We want to concentrate the flavors. We don't want like a watery.
And this is good to freeze. You can make this in big batches and freeze it.
You can always make it in big batches. Okay.
And you can use ice cube trays, and hey. See, I know a thing or two. See, but I gotta keep it a secret.
That's why God looked at me and said, "It's not good for you to be alone."
They ain't gonna use
so
me more.
that's an amazing tip for all types of marinades. You can put it, like my baby love said, in an ice cube. And then when they freeze, pop them, put them in a Ziploc bag, and then keep them for months, right? When you're making soups, stews, sautés, you can just pop a cube, and it'll be just like if it was fresh. Okay, so I'm gonna add another little tablespoon of this. Now we're gonna start to create some umami here, right? If you don't know what umami is, it's when you have all these different flavors so that you activate all of the parts of your taste buds, right? The sweet, the salty, the acid, right? And that's what we really want to do. We want to make a dish that's well-rounded, right? That's complex but simple. So we have some tomato paste here. And that's going to give us some nice, not just color, but also some nice deep flavor.
And it could be any tomato paste.
Yeah, whatever kind of tomato paste you like.
Tomato
Again,
paste.
Look at the ingredients, because some food producers are going to add preservatives and different things, right? So you want to always look at the ingredients. And as a rule for thumb, right? I always tell people, they're like, oh, well, how do I know? Okay, you're telling me read the ingredients. How do I know what to look for? 2 rules. Number 1, I favor in foods that have 3 or less ingredients. Okay, so that's 1 rule. If it has more than 3 ingredients, it's usually, unless it's things that you recognize, that's the other tip. Are the ingredients things that you know? All right, because if a stranger came up to you and said, hey, close your eyes, open your mouth, I'm gonna put something in your mouth, you're not gonna do it, right? But so if you see something on the label and you don't know what that is, it's no different than a stranger saying, you close your eyes, open your mouth, I'm gonna put something in your mouth. Okay, like no one's gonna do that. All right, so let's not, companies, they're also very strategic in how they market things, right? They understand the psychology of food and how people buy, how colors work, how labels work, right? There's a lot of people behind the scenes. So just read the ingredients. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you don't recognize what it is, then at least you know. Okay. Yeah.
I guess we can say stranger danger.
Listen, we were college age ones. We did plenty of things, right?
Okay, if it's a word, it looks strange, sounds strange.
So now here we have some cumin. And that's how it's pronounced. Okay. Again, the recipe is forthcoming, but God gave me the gift of measuring things with my eyes. We have some paprika, some smoked paprika, but you can use regular paprika, Hungarian paprika, whatever kind of paprika you like. Put this over here. Okay. And to bring this all together and make it nice and homogeneous, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Okay. All right. Something tells me.
Did you put it on a timer, Mr. Jose?
So the only time I need a timer is when you're not around.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just so you know. So here's our
That
eggplant.
looks pretty good.
Did you like?
Yeah, I like it.
That looks sexy.
I like it.
Okay. So it didn't take long. I actually smelled it, by the way. God gave us a timer, just so you know.
Because it's going to finish off when you put it back in there.
Yeah. Yesterday I had another cook working with me.
When it all gets all together and married.
And he was like, did your timer go off? Because I smell something. And I'm like, oh yeah, 33 seconds to go. That's it. So use all of your senses.
So yeah, tell us more.
So we have our picadillo here. And I'm just going to work this tomato paste in so it's nice and even. I'm going to get this on high.
That smells good, doesn't it?
Can you guys smell over there?
Yeah.
I used to watch with my dad. We used to watch Emeril Lagasse. He would always say, we need smell-o-vision in here, And when you're watching that on TV, it's like a punchline. But then when you're cooking, you're like, I understand where he's coming from.
Is he the one that would be like, bam?
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe AI will invent smell-o-vision. I mean, I don't see why not. All they have to do is create something with a cartridge and a bunch of essential oils. And then based on whatever it is that you're cooking, and just like at the mall.
And just puff it out.
It secretes that essential oil, right? So we have to make a recaíto essential oil.
We'll make a recaíto.
We'll
make Mama Venecia's recaíto. Put it out there. That's right.
All right, baby love.
Yes. Taste test. This is the part that I look forward to sometimes.
All right, let me know what it needs. Now, while we're working on that, there's one last thing that I need, and we're gonna do. Like I said, it's like a lasagna. It's like a pastelón. Does it need salt?
No, I think it's pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Good thing you don't lie. So we're gonna build this. Is gonna come together very, very quickly. Like I said, this is not complex. Even a keto master chef can do it. So we're gonna get some eggs, and we're gonna make a little egg and heavy cream together.
Do you want to beat that, right?
Yes, baby love. And this is gonna kind of like help bind the entire dish, right? So it's not like a loose, like a lasagna. Sometimes you cut into it and everything goes this way. So it's gonna make it bind and kind of like form together. We have a little bit of heavy cream right here. So my baby love is gonna whip that up. And then we have a medley of cheeses here, okay? We have, and again, you can experiment with this and make it exotic, use whatever kind of cheeses you like. Like yesterday, as part of this huge 6-foot grazing table that we had all types of fun stuff. We discovered
that was a very colorful grazing table. And that's the first time I've ever heard of a grazing table. I know about a charcuterie board.
God also sent me for you.
So that was the first.
So if you don't know what a grazing table is, it's a great way to entertain your friends and family in the holidays. And all it is a giant charcuterie board. So we literally put together 6 cutting boards. You're gonna see this. It's a reel coming. We put together 6 cutting boards.
I'm working on the reel,
and
by the way.
We reinvented a 64 crayon box. Okay, we're talking about prosciutto, salamis. We had all types of cheese, goat cheese, black truffle, cheddar.
And it can get bigger.
It could get bigger. We had apples and all types of stuff, figs and crudité, broccoli. Did we even? I don't even know.
If you guys have ideas as what to add on a charcuterie board or to make it more, flavorful and colorful, like he said, give us tips. Let us know.
So we're gonna add a little bit of the picadillo as the base, and all this gonna
chocolates.
Oh yeah, we have almond covered, dark chocolate covered almonds.
Chocolates.
There are no rules.
You have the sweet,
right?
You have the savory. Yeah.
Absolutely. So here we have our picadillo. We put some down as the base.
Good, right?
You beat it good?
I did.
Thank you, my love. We have our picadillo down as the base. It's going to create a layer so that your eggplant doesn't stick, right, on the bottom, okay? And now we're going to start to build this.
It's built, baby, built.
You should use something when holding a hot pan, okay? Don't do this. Don't try this at home, okay?
That's not your first time either. You just like punishment. Just like to be punished.
Okay, so it's hot.
So we put the meat on first. So we don't add the sauce at the bottom?
No, the picadillo is the sauce.
Okay.
So like I said, it's like a lasagna and a shepherd's pie.
So you do the meat first, and then you do the eggplant. We don't do the eggplant first and then the meat?
So we want to create the meat as the bottom, so just to give a protective layer so the eggplant doesn't burn and stick to the thing. But like the same as you would do, as you mentioned, in a lasagna, where you put some sauce in the bottom, right? It's the same concept here.
Gotcha, but this one just has the meat.
Correct. Here the meat is the sauce.
It's the sauce.
Okay.
This is looking good, guys.
You like? You excited?
From this angle and what's behind me, that's pretty good.
All right, so we're gonna add the rest of our meat.
We'll share what's behind me in a few minutes. Because I'm looking at it and that thing looks yummy-licious.
So I have some extra meat in here that I'm just going to add a little bit more to supplement it. Okay.
And you can do as many layers as, oh no, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. As many layers as you like.
As many layers as you want.
Now we have our cheese blend. We have
even add mushrooms in that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
Absolutely.
Mushrooms will go good. I love mushrooms. Do you guys like mushrooms? I love a good mushroom.
They call me the mushroom whisperer.
Tell us, please.
If you don't like mushrooms, hire me. You can pay me to make you like them. So we have here some mozzarella, some Monterey Jack, and some white cheddar all mixed together. But again, you can use what kind of cheeses you like. Like, you're only limited by your imagination. Okay, you can use Asiago, Manchego, Gouda, whatever you like.
Gouda, because it melts so pretty. It's so pretty. A Gouda.
All right. Yes. Or if you go to a Latin market, they have a Chihuahua cheese, which is like a Mexican mozzarella. Super, super good. If you've never had it,
must try.
Must try.
Must try.
Okay, so we got our cheese in there. Can you kindly add that, baby?
Yeah,
love?
Sure.
We're gonna go ahead and add.
Just
yep,
spread
just pour it all
okay.
over. Yep. Thank you. So again, this is just gonna make everything bind together.
And again, that was just 3 eggs.
3 eggs, a little bit of heavy cream.
Heavy cream.
Recipe is forthcoming. Scouts on.
Whisk it.
Yep. Yes. You get yourself a beautiful keto master sous chef to beat the eggs in cream. All right, and the guys, you can see, you can put this in a 9x13. You can put it in any type of casserole dish that's oven safe.
This is a really pretty casserole, by the way.
I used to, baby, you love this
Love
story.
it.
I used to work with this chef, and we were working for the U.S. Open. Okay, we were cooking for thousands of people every day, thousands of people. Like when they would tell you go cut fish, it would be like go cut 400 pounds of fish. Okay, so we were making a bunch of stuff, and we were behind, and we're like, man, we have to wait. We don't have any more Pyrex dishes because we had to put this casserole in the oven. And so the Chef Daryl comes all happy, smiling. I'm like, what you smiling about, bro? We behind. He was like, I got it taken care of. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I found another dish. I'm like, there's no more dishes. He goes, no, I found another Pyrex dish. I'm like, bro, there's no more dishes. And he's like, no, I found the dish. I was back there. I'm like, you can't make this up. It was like a movie. I'm like, bro, that's a glass dish. And as I said it, you just heard, boom.
Oh, no.
So
Oh,
make sure it's Pyrex.
make sure it's durable and yeah.
Make sure it's oven safe, okay?
Oven
now, we're going to top this off with some more cheese.
So we don't
okay?
put the meat on top of here?
You can, but we concentrate the meat. Like, there's no rules, okay? There's absolutely no rules. You can make another layer. You can make this multi-layer,
Okay.
right? But for the sake of this recipe, no. All the meat is in there. We add a little bit more cheese.
So it's up to you guys. You know, you can go creative with your own, you know, little pastelón.
And now, to get some color and crust, we're going to top it off with some
Parmesan.
shredded Parmesan.
Oh, my God.
The king of all cheeses. Depends who you ask.
That right there
Okay.
is going to seal the deal. That
Sound like
Parmesan.
something you want to eat?
Yes, for sure.
All right, we've got to bake it first.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Partially done.
It goes in the oven. And then, by the magic of TV, this is what it looks like.
Ta-da! Look at that's beautiful.
Okay.
My love. Oh, I can't wait to dig in.
That might have been the fastest that we got.
That was
something done in
pretty
the
good.
oven,
Yes.
right? Ordinarily, you would bake this for 35 to 45 minutes, okay? But we had it ready. Okay?
Amazingly.
So we're about to taste this.
Yes.
But before we do,
Yes.
we have a couple of announcements. What time is it? Wow, it went by
It
fast.
went by quick.
It felt like 15 minutes. Good. I don't feel like
And
I
we
have
got almost everything done.
to... Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. So I'm going to grab a plate because
Yes.
we have to taste this. If I was a
Again.
plate, where would I be?
Can you guys
Can you smell that?
see that? That smells so good.
Are
I'm
you-
sorry for you guys.
Are you excited to taste this? Yes. We have a bunch of hungry people.
But
Are you guys hungry?
we do have a nice audience here that's been here supporting us, and we appreciate
Faithfully.
you guys. We appreciate Miss Katie here opening her doors to allow us to have our first.
Mr. Ed.
And Mr. Ed. Where is Mr. Ed?
There you go.
There's Mr. Ed.
looking sharp.
These lights are blinding me. These right here. So I don't think we can do these again. They're like, I'm gonna close my eyes tonight, and all I'm gonna see is those lights.
Exactly. Or like I always like to tell my friends from Jersey, so I'm from New York, you know, we're the light at the end of the tunnel.
And by the way, it makes me feel like I'm like under 90-degree weather right now.
All right, so I just served a little bit, baby love.
Yeah.
And we're gonna taste this. You excited?
I'm very excited. Should we use a knife? But you know, Mr. Jose always wants to do things his way, so
I'm a brute.
yeah, we know. That's what we do. That's our live cooking show. It's all about the realness of it. Well, that's a big piece, baby. I'm like in the camera, like
I'm sorry, she's a lady.
yes. The crispiness and the Parmigiano, everything blend together. You don't even taste the eggplant, like you don't even feel like it's eggplant. That's delicious, by the way. I suggest you guys go shopping right now and make it. That was pretty good. I'm glad I suggested eggplant pastelón.
You did.
I did.
You did.
Because he's like, what should we make? And I'm like, let's make something comfort.
I literally
It's
want to turn off the
fall
camera right
and-
now and go eat.
Yeah, let's make something comforting.
Who's in favor of that?
Well, yeah, we're this is it. We're wrapping up.
Well,
This
guys,
was,
listen. Number
amazing.
one,
This was
thank
a
you for joining
good.
us tonight. But before we go, we have a big announcement. I need to find the link here. Oh, look, 4 fingers. You said, Arslan. Where is that? My brother in Christ here, Arslan. He's the one that troubleshoots everything. He's the real MVP of everything that we do. So shout out to Arslan. Where you at?
He's hiding.
upstairs?
He's only upstairs. But yeah,
But we're excited to announce.
this is
So my baby love said we've been working hard behind the scenes on a cookbook series that launches today. All right. So
and this was teamwork.
You like
sorry,
that?
a lot
Is
of
it
teamwork.
good?
Yes, it's very good.
So our cookbook series is called Keto Latino. All right. But just like Latin music, it's not just made for Latinos.
Delicious.
Right? You don't believe me?
Delicious.
Watch the Super Bowl this year. Okay. So, but it's a bunch of Latin flavors that's made for everyone. And really the focus of this book that's coming out is called Holiday Dinners and Family Feasts. It's a low-carb celebration of Latin flavors for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay. So we have spent a lot of time in research and development, recreating, reimagining the things that us as Latino love to eat in the holidays. The pastelón, the rice and peas, the moro, a bunch of different dishes. And really, you know, if you think about it, because keto is essentially, you know, low carb vegetables and meats, half of our plate is already meat, right? It's just about a few tweaks. And like I always tell people, like, for example, my nephew, who also did my program at one time before we got married, it's good when you have certain people that you have such a close relationship with that you can just, you know, be yourself and be honest. And I remember 6 weeks before our wedding, he posted a picture on Facebook, right? And because the Bible says, faithful are the wounds of a friend, which means that the people that love you will tell you things that you need to hear,
exactly.
right? Whether you want to hear them or not. Mm-hmm. I called him up and said, bro, what are you doing? You're fat, right? And I'm saying that not from a cosmetic standpoint because we're men. I'm saying that from the standpoint that I know as someone who was pre-diabetic and dealt with other cardiovascular issues, that's just a precursor to fatty liver, to pre-diabetes. So, you know, it's a slippery slope. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You're fat. He's like, yeah, I know. We're frustrated. You know, me and Shay, we're whatever. And the wedding's coming up and she doesn't know what she's going to wear. I'm like, we're hopping on Zoom tonight. That was 6 weeks before our wedding. And so they got on our program. By the wedding, she was acting a fool in a dress, she wanted to wear.
They were committed.
Yeah,
they knew they needed to change.
Absolutely.
So yes.
And so the message, the moral of the story is this, right? So my nephew, who's 4 years my junior, so I guess he was like 42 at the time, right? And I was 46 at the time when we got married, right? 46, 45, something like that. Something like that.
I stopped counting.
Time flies when you're having fun. But after he did our challenge, so when people do our challenge, when it comes into our program, I have them go 28 days strict keto. And then I say on day 29, I want you to plan to tear it up. Whatever it is that you think that you're deprived from, yearning for, you're going to have that day 29. Schedule it, plan it, do your hair, shave your legs. It's a party, right? And so he was like, all right, cool. He's going to have rice, right? So day 29, he has the rice. We talk on day 30 and he says, bro, you're not going to believe this. My entire life, I've had heartburn. And I didn't even notice that for the last 4 weeks, I didn't have any heartburn until day 29.
Wow.
When I ate rice.
Interesting to find out what was causing him the heartburn.
Okay.
You know?
So food is a drug.
Besides
right? And by
other
drug,
obvious reasons, but something there was, you know.
So as Webster Dictionary defines it, a drug is any substance that alters or changes your mood. Okay, you ever been hungry? You have some food, it's a drug. Okay, and the thing about it is, like, a lot of times when we're kids, right, we grow up with cultures and traditions, right, and we grow up eating certain things. And you know, when you're a kid, you eat dinner, you have a tummy ache, your parents just send you to bed. But sometimes it's just your body reacting to that food. And over time, you build a tolerance to it, and you get to an advanced stage, and you're like, well, I've been eating this my whole life. It must be okay. And you don't associate some of the things that you deal with the fact that it's directly related to the food, right? So we're not here to talk down on rice. We're just here to help people bring awareness about how food affects their body,
correct,
right? Now that he's done our program, he's no longer keto, okay? but he does OMAD, 1 meal a day, right? So it really doesn't matter what he eats.
It works
Like you
for
eat
him.
1 meal a day, it really doesn't matter what you eat, which is why we said earlier, it's not about omission of carbs, right? It's about manipulation. It's about being aware of what we're putting into our body and, you know, just kind of reducing where necessary.
Yeah.
You know, and going back to the part about food being a drug, right? There's some people who, based on their advanced health situation, may need to be off of carbs completely. There may be people that can enjoy carbs once a day, once a week, once a month, right? That's not something that I know, something that you would have to work with your doctor. And by the way, if you don't have a doctor who's a keto enthusiast, go see my doctor, Dr. Ken Berry. You can find him right here on YouTube, all right? Him and Nurse Nisha, his wife, have a plethora of information, studies, information that you can go down the rabbit hole and really educate yourself, because we're living in a time of information that there's really no real reason for you not to know, especially whatever health situation you may be afflicted with. You can find out just as much as your doctor. You should be working with your doctor, not taking orders from your doctor, okay? And what I love about Ken Berry is that he empowers people to know how to work with their doctor. In addition to that, him and a bunch of other doctors just recently created the American Diabetes Society. They're starting to create guidelines for eating for people with diabetes, unlike other organizations who I'm not going to mention so I don't get canceled, who steer you towards sugar, okay? And so, yes.
Yeah.
But
I know I've shared this before on many of my other previous shows that I was keto and not even know I was doing the keto healthy lifestyle until we met, because I was eating already this type of food, you know.
So I'm going to come over here real quick.
And
Added. We're back live. We're back live. We're back live. Woo! Sorry, I'm just a man. Okay, is it good?
But like I was saying, I was used to eating a certain way because I couldn't do the rice, I couldn't do the beans. There's certain ingredients that it just doesn't work on for me.
All right.
So I was always keto. I just didn't know that there was a thing called keto until we met and we shared the same kind of foods.
So I just shared the link to the cookbook. It's in the comments, ketocookingwithlove.shop/cook-books. You can go check out the book. It's live now. It has a bunch of traditional Latin holiday recipes.
Isn't that exciting?
We have pernil.
You guys, this is exciting. This is exciting for us, and especially for Jose, that he's been working really hard towards this to come to fruition. He's been working really hard.
We've recreated all of our traditional Latin recipes, our potato salad, our moro con gandula, like everything that you yearn for in a keto-friendly way. But like I was saying about my nephew is this. What we encourage people to do is to be aware of what you're putting in your body. If the holidays come or you go to dinner and it's your birthday, you just want to have rice, you just want to have cake, have it, right? It's about moderation. It's not about omission, okay? So it's about being mindful. If you decide that the Thanksgiving and Christmas is your time to go carb crazy, then by all means do that. But what I want to encourage you guys to do is not only to purchase the book, right? Go right now, buy the book. What I really want you to, the spirit of this book is about gifting the gift of health and love. So what I really want to encourage people to do, please purchase our book and support us. But I ask you to purchase this book as a gift for someone who you love, who you want to inspire, and who you want to impact. Okay? They don't have to be Latino to enjoy good food.
Exactly.
Okay? So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. Cheers to you, to our live studio audience, for bearing with us with empty stomachs.
Música, maestro, because you know how we do this, right?
We're about to, if I was a phone, where would I be? Here it is, baby love. Está prendida la bocina.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again.
Yes, so we will be announcing when our next show would be. This season, we used to go live every single week, but our schedule's a little bit more sporadic.
Time's up.
But Keto Cooking with Love will be going live about 2 times a month. So we'll be seeing you guys very soon. We'll be announcing the date. Thank you all for joining us. As always, everything you do, let it be done in love.
Let it be done in love.
Mwah.
Música. Thank you to our audience over there. Bye. See you. Thank you. We love you. Mwah. Woo!